This is the self-titled podcast of the Golf in Japan website, where you can check essential information in English about golfing in Japan, including more than 2,000 courses. We can help you book your round and make the whole process a whole lot easier. So check out golf-in-japan.com and start planning your Japan golf trip today.
Titleist Club Fitting, the fastest way to better. With a player-focused philosophy on fitting, Titleist offers a range of club fitting experiences from drivers to wedges. Your Titleist fitting specialist, thanks to an unmatched selection of products and technology, along with a wealth of fitting knowledge, will provide you with tour-quality fitting experience that can provide immediate benefits for your game. You can experience a fitting in English while in Japan. Just go to the Golf in Japan website and click on the Titleist banner. Or check the link in the description of this podcast. Titleist, the fastest way to better.
Golf in Japan, July 10th. Good afternoon, boys. We're joined by Damon.
Good afternoon.
And Shooter. Ryan, how's it going, mate?
I'm back.
You're back. We've no Pro Joe today. God knows where he is. God love him. He's out in the wilderness.
Back at the tailor's, probably.
Yeah. I think he's playing golf, is he not?
Is that right?
So it means he's sweating.
Yeah, God love him. Well, it is quite hot today, but we're not going to talk about the weather today because we're going to talk about one of the cooler climbs in Japan, which is in the north and the largest prefecture in Japan. Give you a little hint. But before we do all of that, I just want to give a quick shout out to two shout outs. So the first is to a young man called Isaac who's heading back to the US. He's a friend of my son's and he's a keen golfer. Hopefully he keeps it up when he goes back to America. And he listens to the podcast and he said, I want to give him a shout out. And the second one is to the country, everyone in the country, that is our number one location where our podcast is downloaded. So I think 886 people, which is not very much, but whatever, in America, in your country, have downloaded our podcast. So big shout out to all you guys.
Happy 4th of July. Just wrapping up, but
yeah, that was last week.
Retroactively.
Yeah. Happy 4th of July, exactly. And thank you very much for supporting us in our 20th podcast now. And if you haven't already, please, we'd like you to, share it with your friends and ask everybody to subscribe and like or whatever it is on your favorite. We're on everything, Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Amazon and even YouTube, I think, but it's a bit wonky. It's not really working properly, but we're out there. So please share and subscribe if you haven't already. So thanks very much for that. We're going to go to nice cooler climbs in Japan. We're not going to talk about how hot it is in Tokyo because it is. Where are we going, Damon?
Yes, this week we're in Hokkaido, the largest prefecture in Japan. And it also represents 20% of the country's landmass and only 5% of the population.
Yeah, it's a big old expanse.
It is. But,
feels like another country up there too, doesn't it? Just very unique within the Japan's whole scene.
It actually reminds me of Ireland. When you especially when you come into the airport, it's rolling green hills and it's kind of a similar vibe.
Farmland,
yeah.
Hot springs, winter skiing, golf. It's got everything, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And bears, oh my.
Yeah. A must-see festival during summer is the Kachimai fireworks, which is held in mid-August, and that is the biggest firework festival in Hokkaido. And they kick off with about 20,000 fireworks.
Wow.
That must be something to see.
That's good. Of course, they have the old ice festival as well in the winter. That's very famous.
That's in Sapporo?
It's in Sapporo Ice Festival. I can't remember the name of the place where they have it, but
don't they do it like downtown?
I think they do.
Yeah.
I remember they had Darth Vader and C-3PO and stuff. Really,
it's incredible.
Like, 100 feet tall kind of thing, all made out of ice. It's amazing.
But a lot of golf courses up there as well. There's approximately 150 golf courses.
Okay.
So that's quite spread out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the top 5 search golf courses are the Kote Ashikawa Country Club, the Orika Golf and Hotel Resort, the Abashiri Country Club, Hokkaido Golf Club, and the North Country Golf Club. But more importantly, we actually have a partner course up there, which is the Hanazono Golf, which is part of our special guest on this podcast.
Yep. Gonna have Ron. Good old Ron.
Yep. Shout out to Ron there. But there's a lot of golf courses up there that are pretty famous, though, to be honest. I'm just going to name a couple: the Hokkaido Classic, the Niseko Golf Club, Nidom, the Takino Country Club, and the Makomanai Country Club, which actually held a tournament just this past weekend.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that shortly. Yeah, have you been up there?
I have. Yeah, I've been up there 2 times, and like I'm a big fan. It's beautiful up there. Like the thing that previously I said that it feels different from other parts of Japan. I like just like the climate, everything, but just the trees. You know, a lot of Japan looks quite similar in ways. Like when you if you go up and down, but Hokkaido really stands out. It looks so different. The mountains being off in the distance, and that like wide spread that it almost feels kind of like America as well. Like you kind of have that sense of scale. But a lot of birch trees, which I think are really, really pretty. So.
Yeah. It's amazing that it's completely under ice and snow for half of the year, I suppose. And then the green season, it just bursts into life.
Yeah, I've never been up there for winter. So I only have a one-sided view. Yeah.
Me too, actually. I've only been there in the summer.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, been up there a few times during the summertime. Very nice. Summertime. I've never skied there, though.
Really, that's kind of weird because it's the biggest mecca for skiing. Right. It's kind of like Whistler now, So Niseko is, I think it gets 18 meters of powder or snow a year, which is just pretty unbelievable.
I'm low-key like intimidated by it because when you go up there in the summer, you guys have all seen it. They have those arrows on the side of the road to let you know where the road ends because you can't see the road when you're driving in the winter. It's all snowed over. So it's like, looks intimidating, but people say it's not so bad once you get up there. They've got it all maintained and stuff, but...
Yeah, it's really blowing up there with the foreigners, and I think Ron will talk a bit about that later. But fantastic place to go in the green season because it's cooler. He was saying the average temperature, he'll say it again, and I probably shouldn't mention it now, is 26 degrees.
Yeah, amazing.
Nice. What about the food? Has to be seafood, I suppose.
Well, it's famous for crabs, and like
definitely
famous for
beef as well, though.
Beef and like cheeses and butters and.
Yeah, it's like Ireland in that way that they have all those kind of that dairy production. It's like Hokkaido butter is supposed to be amazing. It's not as good as Irish, by the way. But yeah,
a lot of good wine as well.
Oh, is there wine up there?
Yeah, a lot of good wine comes out of Hokkaido now.
Wow. I kind of when I went up there, I ate seafood, of course, but a Genghis Khan, which is like lamb, kind of barbecued lamb.
Yep.
You had that. That's kind of famous up there as well. But it's got to be the seafood, right? Even in the airport, and you go in just to have a quick meal before you get on a flight. It's just like, they're giving you crab and everything. It's cheap. So if you're into seafood and you're traveling,
they've got those king crabs up there too, right?
They do, yeah. And it's a good time to visit Hokkaido. So again, if you want to play in all of our beautiful courses, including Hanazono, please check out Golf in Japan /courses/Hokkaido, and then you can find out all the information there. But without further ado, here's our special guest. Okay, well, let's get started then. Ron, thanks very much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you. It's a good timing because this week our featured prefecture is Hokkaido. So we're all complaining about how hot it is in Tokyo right now. And it seemed like a perfect time to start talking about Hokkaido and the cooler climes, particularly of Niseko. But before we start, maybe you could just introduce yourself and what you do. And we can get into talking about Hokkaido.
Certainly. Hi, I'm Ron Nomura. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing for Park Hyatt, Niseko Hanazono. I'm actually located in Tokyo, but the hotel is actually in Niseko Hanazono.
Awesome. I have never actually been to Niseko before. So if you could give, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners haven't been either. So if you could give us a little overview about Niseko in particular, and especially in the green season. It's very famous for the white season, I know, but for the green season and what they could do when they go there.
Yeah, as you mentioned, everybody knows Niseko for its powder snow. However, myself, being from Hawaii, I'm not much of a skier, so I enjoy the green season, the summer season, a lot more. There's actually a lot more to do during the summer season than there is during the winter season there. First of all, we start off with golf. About 5 minutes away from our front door, there's a great golf course, the Hanazono golf course, which is a 18-hole par 72 course. It's a great course. I happen to love golf, and I play a lot of golf. Not any good at it, but I keep trying. So
That's it.
it is much cooler up there than it is, down in the Honshu, Tokyo area. I got to say, I mean, as I spoke to them at the hotel this morning, they were at about 26 degrees, but it seems kind of hot, but it's actually quite dry, and they got a cool breeze, so it's actually quite good. I mean, last week I was up there in the late afternoon. It was down to 14 degrees.
Nice.
Yeah, you were telling me it was like cold.
Yeah, it was actually cold for me.
Unbelievable here. It's been sweltering. So.
Yeah, I had a light jacket on, and the sun was shining. But I had a light jacket, meaning I had a rain jacket, that I use for golf, and it was freezing cold. I mean, I'm sure during the middle of the day it's much warmer, but just to kind of give you an idea, it's actually, when they say 24, 25, or 26 degrees there, because the humidity is quite low. It's really comfortable.
That's
especially
awesome.
playing golf.
And you have
the
a
great
big
thing is that there's a lot of golf courses to choose from around the Niseko area. I think immediately within less than half an hour, there's about 6 courses that you can choose from.
Yeah. And they all have views of what's the mountain there that looks like Mount Fuji?
Yotei-zan, Mount Yotei. It does look like Mount Fuji, especially when there's a little snow on the top. It really looks like Mount Fuji. We get a lot of people that actually mistake it for Mount Fuji.
Yeah, I know on Hanazono from the pictures that there's a lot of fairways and holes that are facing to give you the best picture perfect Instagram moments with your golf group.
Yeah, I would imagine that that the designers had that in mind when they actually laid out some of those fairways.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a few I mean, not just our course, which is the Hanazono Golf, but some of the other golf courses, the Niseko Golf Course, all have views of Mount Yotei. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's nice. In terms of, can we talk a little bit about the hotel? So, when was the hotel built?
Well, it actually opened in January of 2020, which then COVID happened.
Yeah.
So they were closed for a while and reopened in 2021. But I joined in 2022, and at the time that I joined, which was August of 2022, many of the rooms still hadn't ever been occupied.
Right.
So it's basically a brand new hotel. And then since then, the winter season gets very busy. So since then, we have on many occasions gone through 100% occupancy of the hotel. So the hotel has gone through its teething, and everything is just working fine, and it's great right now.
It's absolutely beautiful. I've been up there 2 times, and the food is amazing. You have a ski. You can go right to the slopes, right? The pickup for the ski line is right there. But can you tell us about how convenient it is to the golf course?
Well, from our front door to the golf course, it's literally, I say 5 minutes, but it could be 2 or 3 minutes. Actually, it's very close. You can try and walk it. If you walked it, it'll be about 10 or 15 minutes. But if you by car, it'd be really 2 or 3 minutes from the front door of the golf course. It's that close.
Nice.
The Hanazono course is actually, it's owned and operated by our sister company, Hanazono Resorts, which is actually owned by the same company as the Park Hyatt there. And we operate Hyatt actually operates the clubhouse, the restaurant in the clubhouse there. So
looks
you
very
can expect the same.
right.
Expect the same great food there.
That's good. Yeah, I was going to say, because usually in Japan, the golf food is, most golf courses is kind of, it's regular. They might have ramen, curry, that kind of thing. But you guys have a bit more of a special menu over there because of the Hyatt connection, right?
Yeah, so we have great pizzas. So we have our actually a wood fire pizza oven there at the golf course. Great burgers, if you into a burger, and I think Niseko has really good beef as well. So their beef burgers are great, and as well as all of the Japanese favorites, like ramen or curry rice and those kinds of things. So yeah, it's a pretty much a golf course, or I would say a clubhouse type menu.
Right.
But it's operated by the Hyatt, so we have a lot of the Hyatt favorites there as well.
Nice. And when the guests go back to the hotel, they can enjoy onsen, right?
That's correct. Our onsen is free. We just ask that you make a reservation, just so that we can, we don't overcrowd the onsen, but it is free. So a nice round of golf and back to the hotel for dip in the onsen is great. And by the way, we also provide free transportation to and from the golf course.
Nice.
We just ask that you make prior arrangement. Yes.
Right. And do some of the suite rooms also have onsen?
Well, we have both suites and residence, and yes, we do have a lot of suites that has. In fact, most of our suites have private onsens.
That's nice. It's overlooking, Mount Yote and the golf course. You can.
Not all of them. Some are facing Mount Yote, and some are facing the golf course. So they're on different sides of the building.
I see.
So,
Win-win.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good. So you can sit on the balcony, and is it on a balcony? It's like a kind of rectangle.
Actually, we don't really have balconies. We only have a few rooms that have balconies, which is on the top floor.
Right.
But we're mostly the onsen's actually inside of the room.
Okay. Great. Let me just rewind a little bit and just to put kind of explain to everybody where Niseko is. So how do you get to Niseko from, say, Tokyo?
So Niseko is kind of south central Hokkaido. So obviously the nearest airport would be Sapporo New Chitose Airport.
Mm-hmm.
During the summer, by car, it would be about 2 hours. So it's a fairly long drive from the airport to the hotel. However, it's a very scenic drive. You can see a lot of things, especially wild game. Mm-hmm. Commonly, you'll see deer, fox. If you look really closely, you could probably see some flying squirrels.
Wow.
But they're really tiny, so you really have to be looking out for them. But you can see those. And then there's actually bears as well. I've never seen one. I don't plan to see one. But yes, there are bears. And as you're driving by on the road, you'll see these signs that, with the picture of a bear on it, which kind of tells you that
nice.
Bear is kind of in that area.
That would tell me that there's stuff like salmon and it leads me into my next point about après golf and other things other than golf to do up in Niseko. Is there fishing and things? I always think bears, pulling salmon out of a river. Does that happen up there?
Yes, they do have a lot of activities. Fishing is one of the activities that we actually offer at the hotel through the Hana Resort, which is our sister company. You can do fly fishing if you're into fly fishing or regular fishing. You can actually, if going towards the other side, towards the Sea of Japan, if you went that way, it's actually much closer. You can go up to Otaru and that side. There is a lot of sea fishing if you want to go into the ocean, but there is a lot of river fishing if you're into during the summer, obviously salmon and a lot of trout fishing out there. And then there's a whole slew of other, as I mentioned earlier, there's a lot more to do during the summer. If you're into the outdoors, we have the longest zip line in Japan, actually the longest zip line in Asia. It'll get up to speeds of maybe 110 kilometers.
Wow.
Dropping.
There you go, Damon. Damon's a speed freak. He'll like that.
Yes.
Well, they've got a lot of mountain biking too, right? Like I remember hearing they're developing a lot of new mountain biking trails. And...
several mountain biking courses very near the hotel. There's rafting, canoeing, tree trekking. I mean, like walking on top of the trees on these rope courses up there.
You guys just put in. You guys just put in a new like light installation, also, right? Yes,
and I was going to talk about that. We have this thing that called the Mountain Lights. The artist, his name is Bruce Monroe, and he's known for these type of art installation. He has one in Uluru in Australia that's quite famous. So you can take the ski gondolas up, and you can walk it down if you like, or you can come down with the gondolas. It's a great view of the light. And he just put another addition to. So this mountain lights was installed 2 years ago, and this year we installed another section to it, which includes a lot of colored lights. So it's a really great addition. And anyone that stays in a resort for 2 nights or more, we offer them the free gondola rides up.
Oh, nice.
So
that's cool. So it's quite family friendly then. I'd imagine, like, you know, a lot of people bring their kids, and especially the zip line. Yes. Can kids go on that?
There's a certain height, I think, requirement to be on zip line. So kids can go on it. Getting up to those speeds, though, it requires some weight. So I noticed that kids they don't go as fast, and you have that wind resistance, and they're really light. But
I should be
guys
fine
like
then.
Me, because I'm a little heavy.
How fast did you go, Ron?
But it's fun. It's really fun. So there's 3 parts to that zip line. You go right to the top, and it's a short run. It kind of gets your feet wet, kind of learn the thing. Then there's a second run that's a little longer, to get you a little bit more acclimated to being on that line. And then the third run is that really long run. And actually, when you're having breakfast or lunch in the hotel, you can see people coming down that zip line.
That's
it's
awesome.
Quite interesting.
That's cool. Sorry, straight back to the golf again. So just talking about the Hanazono Golf. So they also have English-speaking Golf Pro over there, I heard.
Yes. The Golf Pro is, I believe, is Australian. But yes, they are. He is English speaking.
Awesome. And then, so the play style is: can you play through? Can you drive on the fairways? You always have a cart. What's the style?
It's very much like playing in the U.S. And obviously, I'm an American. I'm used to playing in the U.S. And sometimes the Japanese courses, I'm not really used to breaking halfway after 9 holes and having lunch or a couple of beers. That really makes my game better. But there, it's like most golf courses in the Western world, where you play right through.
Okay,
and
nice.
It's all by buggies or carts, so they're golf carts, and there's no caddies unless you request it. I mean, if you want a caddy, but normally you will just play on your own. So you just jump in a cart and go.
Okay, that's fantastic. And lastly, a little birdie told me that you might have some sort of whiskey additional tour or featured experience up there as well. I'm very keen to know about that.
Well, this summer we're having this Nikka whiskey tour of the Nikka distillery, and this year is the 90th anniversary for the Nikka whiskey. So it's been 90 years since they've started creating whiskeys. And on the news, I just recently saw that they have just released some 90-year-old whiskeys.
Wow.
So
Do you have any?
I mean, but to get your hands on those, you have to be like really lucky, I'm sure. But having said that, though, in the hotel, we have this whiskey experience. We can, with Japanese whiskey, and obviously because the Nika distillery is not far from Hanazono, we tend to feature some of the Nika whiskeys. So we have Nika whiskey tasting that you can do. So, a lot of golfers are whiskey drinkers. So it's a great thing to try. We have also whiskey pairing with dinner if you want to try that as well.
Nice.
Because we have a lot of whiskeys from the Nika distillery that you could not really find in a store if you wanted to. And all of these whiskeys, the Nika whiskeys that we carry, are from the distillery up in our area.
Okay, it's all up there.
Nika whiskey has 2 distilleries, and one is up there in Hokkaido, and the other one, I believe, is in Tochigi-ken or someplace. But there is two distilleries, and they bottle their whiskeys distinctly differently. And the master blenders are different. The masters that blend the whiskey. So
yeah, I recently actually went up to a golf course in Tochigi with a couple of overseas guys, and we had a whiskey tasting. It's just a very small one of an 18-year bottle of Nika, and it was very, very good. So I think that would be a very recommendable thing to do. I mean, you have everything up there, salmon fishing, zip lines, hill walking, mountain biking, all that good stuff. And then, of course, you've got the onsen and then the beautiful Hanazono golf course right next door, which is fantastic. So I think we'll do you guys have anything else you want to add in?
I suppose I'm from Australia originally, so we have a lot of our countrymen up in Niseko running all around and probably controlling a lot of the bars and restaurants up there. I myself have been up there a couple of times as well. But regarding the golf course, so you have an Australian English-speaking pro up there, and what other accommodations do you have for English-speaking customers that go up there to play golf?
Well, as you said, there's a lot of Aussies up there, but not just Aussies. In general, for example, a lot of the staff in our hotel, we have about 35 different languages spoken in our hotel. However, the common language is English, which for the foreign tourists is great because it's one of the places in Japan that you can go to almost any restaurant in the Niseko area, or even to the doctor for all matters. And they all speak and understand English.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Just about everywhere you go in Niseko, you would not have a language issue for an English-speaking person, I would say. It's a very language-friendly area, which is, compared to other parts of Japan, very unusual.
For sure. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna head up soon. I'm actually gonna take a little trip to Ireland first, but once I get that out of the way, maybe I'll head up to Hokkaido to check out. If you're up there, let's go for a game.
Absolutely. You need to let me know when you're coming, and I'll make sure I'm there.
Oh, awesome. All right, well, Ron, thanks very much. That was very informative, and that will be a nice little segment for our listeners now, talking about the Hokkaido Prefecture. So thanks very much, Ron. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you. We'll talk to you really soon.
Thanks, John.
Okay, so that was really good talking to Ron. The whiskey thing sounds great, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Love to go up there. And I suppose one thing that we forgot to mention was the seasons. So the golf season really is, I think it kicks off in March and it goes all the way through to end of October, maybe the beginning of November. Then the cold front starts coming in, but get amazing koyo there in the autumn as well. Anywhere up north is amazing to play in like September, October. So well recommended. Okay, cool. Without Joe in the house, we have to make do and talk about some limited tour information that I can glean from the internet. So we had on the PGA Tour, we had the John Deere Classic in Iowa. First time winner on the tour, Davis Thompson. Actually, he ran away with it. Fantastic scenes on the green. his girlfriend or his wife ran out and gave her a big hug, and of course he's crying. Very kind of steel-faced guy. And then when he won, it all kind of fell apart, which I like to see. It's cool. But he was amazing. I mean, super low scores up there. The winning score was 28 under, I think, which is just fantastic. On the last day, he actually went out in 29. So it's like and there was some amazing scores. Like even Jordan Spieth, good to see him playing well. He had an 8 under on Saturday. Then kind of fell off the radar, but maybe it's one of those beautiful courses in Iowa. Are you from Iowa?
No, but I've driven through. Yeah.
Sorry. Iowa is, I suppose, the John Deere Classic is kind of like the tractors and everything, right? So it's kind
a
of
good country up there.
It's kind of got that rep as being it's kind of like a hillbilly tournament, but I actually quite enjoy it.
The way you describe that guy, I felt like that sort of matches the mood too. Kind of a cowboy, aesthetic. He's up front tough, but got a heart of gold. So
there you go. Yeah, so that was good. And then we had on the DP World Tour, the BMW International in Munich, which was won by a Scottish man, Ewan Ferguson, titleless guy, should mention. But I think the real star of the show over there in Germany was Bernhard Langer, and it was his last official European Tour start, which is sad. Bernhard Langer, he was a absolutely staunch European player, Ryder Cup captain. Listen to this. So he's had 123 wins. Now we're talking about Tiger Woods having 82 and so on, and Sam Snead. But he had 123 wins, only 3 PGA Tour wins and 2 majors, both on the Masters. But he's had 42 European Tour wins, second of all time. And he's had 46 Champions Tour wins, which is obviously first. No one's ever done that, which is when you turn... For Ryan, I'm just giving him the background. When you get over 50, you can go on the Champions Tour. So he's going the Champions Tour, and he's just wiping the deck with all these guys, and he's in his late 60s now. Fantastic guy, and so all the best to Bernhard Langer.
So how much has he pulled in throughout his career? Did it say that?
Good question, actually.
Must be a lot. All those wins.
Yeah, but I don't think they win too much. I don't think they get too much on the senior tour. I could be wrong on that. What's ChatGPT saying?
34 million?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
34 million. Yeah, he's doing all right. I remember seeing some sort of golf program, and I was going through his house, and it's just wall to wall
trophies.
He has them on the ground. Doesn't even have them on shelves. They're all over the ground in the hallways and on the stairs and everything.
Hey, take one with you when you go. Yeah. Have a souvenir.
Yeah, well done. So just going back to the John Deere Classic, there was a guy who I think he came joint 5th.
Luke Clanton.
So he, I have it here.
He actually tied second.
Second place was tied, with Tor Bjornsson, CT Pan, and then Luke Clanton. And he's an amateur.
20 years old.
20 years old. 24 under par. So he's beaten the likes of Jordan Spieth and all the other guys, which is incredible.
Up and coming,
yeah. It's also good to see CT Pan there, Taiwanese golfer. Yep. He's actually the second Taiwanese golfer ever to win a PGA. Back in 2019.
Was the bronze medalist in? No, maybe no. in the last Olympics.
Was that rhetorical?
Jesus, Joe, get back.
Get
back here quick. But it's amazing. I mean, 20 years old, man, and just coming out and scores like that as an amateur. I guess he's not going to go back to college and going to come out on tour because you gotta play strike while the iron's hot, as they say. Make hay while the sun shines. Amazing. Okay, so I think that there was no ladies much, but on the Japan tour we had the Japan PGA Championship, which was won by Yuta Suigura-san. He's only 22 years old, and you might have remembered. I think we talked about it before, but he won as an amateur. So you're talking about Luke Clayton. This is the Japan's version. So Suigura-san, he won the Dunlop Phoenix tournament as an amateur last November. And then he immediately turned professional. So this is his first professional win. So he wins the Japan PGA Championship, which was really good to see. Again, at the ladies, we're up in Hokkaido in our prefecture of the month for the Hokkaido Shimbun Cup, which is the Hokkaido Newspaper Cup. And it was won by Haruka Kawasaki. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched a lot of the final day. It was good to watch.
Yeah, I didn't. didn't watch too much of that.
Yeah,
but
I was sweltering down in Tokyo, 36 degrees, while they were playing in 26 degrees up there.
lovely. Mako Manai Golf Club.
Yep, which is part of the Sapporo Country Club group. They've got 3 courses there.
Nice. I think that was it for the ladies, and I think this week we can look forward to the Scottish Open. I think we last week mistakenly said it was going to be on this weekend, but it's on this weekend. So Rory McIlroy is coming back for the first time since his
Hiatus.
which is only 2 or 3 tournaments. But yeah, he said he wasn't going to play again until the
Ran out of
Scottish Open.
tears.
That's right. He is the defending champion of the Genesis Scottish Open, so it'd be good to see Rory back. So predictions, do you think he's going to do all right?
I hope he wins. Yeah, I hope he comes back and just shuts all the sniggering down. Yeah.
Yeah, he is that kind of player, though. I think he enjoys. I remember when he was in the limelight negatively before he came back, and I remember he won in Canada after all the live stuff.
Because it's essentially it's a lead into the Open, right?
Yeah, so you get it. It's the field is amazing, actually. It's just because everyone wants to practice on a links course before the Open,
Which is the week after.
which is the week after, right? So we'll have the 152nd Open.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Is that the
remember.
Troon,
Is that true?
the Royal Troon?
Royal Trent. It's always at a royal course.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it'll be good to see if Rory comes back. I think he'll top 10. I don't think he's going to win it. Yeah, I think he won't be putting that kind of pressure on himself. So I think he'll be a top 10. I think he'll sneak in. He'll probably play really badly and then play really good in the last round. That's Rory's kind of way to do it. Yeah, and all the American players will be over, so I'd say an American player might win it.
Okay.
Yep. What do you reckon? Morikawa? Schauffele?
Yeah.
One of those boys. Okay. Oberg, he could peak right. It was nice to see all the European Tour players. I don't know if all the Americans did, but they were at
Hatton again,
Wimbledon.
maybe?
Did you see them all at Wimbledon?
No.
All the European Tour players were, Justin Rose and Shane Lowry and all those guys, Tyrrell Hatton, they were all in Wimbledon, doing a kind of with Luke Donald, kind of bonding before another 2 years.
I reckon
next
Tyrrell
year.
Hatton could be up there at the last
could
day
be.
as well
Could be.
of his
Okay,
last
so
win.
we'll look forward to the Scottish Genesis Open, and yeah, maybe I think next week we'll get more on the our prep for the Open. We'll do a little bit of an Open preview. So Projo, if you're listening, benkyo shite.
I'm sure Projo will also be all eyes on this weekend's game with Liv, how he loves Liv so much
Oh yeah, where's Liv playing?
in Spain.
Oh, nice. Love Spain. Spain must be hot this time of year.
Must be hot. So I suppose it's a home game for John Rahm.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There we go.
I was in Spain this time last year, and it was 46
Yeah,
degrees.
you had like a heat wave or something.
It was crazy. So we were in Ireland, and it was freezing cold. So we decided to get into Spain, just 2 hours flight away, 2.5 hours.
Just to Mallorca.
Went to Mallorca, and it was 46 degrees.
As you do.
Stayed in a hotel 3 or 4 days, and went back to Ireland. Put the jackets back on.
Yep.
There you go.
Sounds terrible.
Is it like a dry heat though? So if you're in the shade,
It is. Yeah,
you're
you're on the coast. So there's winds blowing and stuff. But when the wind wasn't blowing, it was like crazy hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dangerous. Okay. Any golf for you gents happening? Oh, you've been practicing.
Yeah. I got out to the golf range. That was fantastic.
So you went to a proper golf range, not a simulator.
I did, yeah. Like actually, watch the real ball go fly. Yeah. So if I'm lucky, but yeah, like I told you, sometimes it's hard to actually keep track of it. I'd hit it and then I'd look like, where did it go? Yeah. And then, I turn around and there it is,
I'll teach you some Japanese golf words. So if you can't see it, it's generally gone up in the air.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Like, and they call that in Japanese tempura.
Tempura? Why
Tempura, because when they give you like a bowl of tempura, usually you say it's on rice, and the ebi's kind of shaped. It's pointing to the sky. The shrimp is fried and it's pointing to the sky. So that's that was the ball
Is that
flight.
why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why else would they call it tempura?
Because you're cooking it in the hot oil, and they call that ageru.
Yeah, and it also because it kind of pops up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could be a bit of that too.
Could be.
And ageru in English is to go up.
Yeah.
So
It
tempura.
works on many levels.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, someone told me before because it was the tendon that the large Japanese. They always put it on this. It's kind of leaning against the side of the ball. It's pointing up.
So maybe actually no one knows, and they're just making up their own.
There's actually several. Right, there's more than one right answer.
Anyway, you couldn't see his ball, so it went very high in the air. Okay,
there's a few times of like scrambling to like. No, I was on the second floor, so that maybe helped me to get a little extra distance. I was usually it was like somewhere between like 80, 90, with a 7-iron. So I felt good about it. Oh,
no. I mean, when you're just starting, you're not getting any power or speed in there. You're just trying to strike it.
True.
So if you're hitting it, was it going straight?
Sometimes. Yeah.
We got to see this.
Most of the times. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
talking about a 7-iron, 90 yards. I've got to say this. So Grant Horvat.
Yeah.
Big YouTuber.
Yeah.
So he played with the highest ranked 9-year-old in the world.
Oh wow!
Right, and so they were playing pretty much scratch, but from different tees. But essentially, they were finding the same area on their drives, right?
Wow.
So same distance in, and they were doing like 115 in. Grant pulls out his like 56, 58, whatever it was, and this 8-year-old, 7-year-old, whatever he was, 8-iron.
But did he get it closer?
Oh mate, first hole birdie. This kid is good.
That's just a talent.
Be amazing.
Yeah, wow, amazing.
I think that there was a kid like that right next to me, and he was having a row with like his uncle or something like that. Like his uncle was trying to give him the driver, and he's like, "No, it's not the one I wanted." They were like just going at it, like arguing about something. But it was kind of fun to just sort of see the environment of it was all everyone going at it. It was a good time.
Yeah, right from full swing. His daughter is a very highly ranked amateur. I think she might have even been one for her age category at one stage, and he'd just be telling me about all there's a couple of scary parents who like really push the kids into golf.
He's got some horror stories, doesn't he?
Yeah, there's one which we'll save for when he joins eventually. But
she's such a good player.
Yeah, great swing.
She'll be a pro for sure in very near future.
Yeah. Okay, and are you guys playing any? I see you playing any golf this weekend?
You just invited me to golf on Saturday.
Well, what I was saying was we have been invited, but it's at a golf course which I'm really not fond of.
Which one?
Which is the Desmond Muirhead. It's the Brick and Wood.
I like that course.
We've mentioned it before. It's just one of those golf courses where you put the ball in the middle of the green and it just trickles off ever so slowly all the way down the hill to a pitch, and you do it again and again. They just have it. The fence is amazingly quick greens. So I'm kind of like, I just don't expect to score well on it. But anyway, it's a bit of fun. But Stéphane Lefebvre, he's over there. He's a good friend, and he's got a lovely house set up over there. So it's good. So he's got a pool table. Big fan of pool. So we can drop over to his house and play pool and drink beer afterwards. So that's always good. So we might do that on Saturday. But other than that, I think we haven't got any golf schedule for Ryan yet. We have to organise that. Pretty busy, eh?
Yeah, it fell through with the rain. We got rained out.
And then we've got meetings and all sorts of stuff coming up. But yeah. Okay, well...
But the rainy season is officially over, right?
And
it is hot.
Yeah. You wouldn't know from Saturday. That lightning storm that came through was crazy.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before in my life.
Like, that was crazy. And you know the way they say lightning doesn't strike at the same place twice?
Bullshit.
So I'm sitting in my car outside the apartment. I was waiting on Mrs. for something, and it was bang, and it was, there was zero gap between the sound and the flash, right? It was like bang, and it was going off in this little park next to the house, and then it went bang again, like about a minute later. And I was like, wow. And then when the rain stopped and I was walking the dog, there was like dead birds everywhere.
No way.
Yeah, there was 2 pigeons on the path. It was like, and they were like, you could tell they were in good shape. They weren't old pigeons. So I think the lightning hit the tree they happened to be in.
Yeah, we were watching it from a distance from our apartment, and it was right over Shinjuku.
Oh, wow.
That area, and you could see it hitting all the buildings and whatnot, and it was coming closer and closer. Then it was hitting Mori building, like Roppongi Hills. Oh. It was just bizarre.
A lot of lightning bolts, man.
My wife says it's weather control in regards to the Tokyo elections. They didn't want people to go out to vote. So,
Koike won.
They're controlling. Well, exactly.
She's actually... I've seen an interview of her in English before, and it was quite impressive. I think someone from G Plus might have interviewed him, and she was very eloquent in English, and she's a big supporter of foreigners coming to Japan and tourism and all that. So I'm kind of glad she won.
Yeah. Well, she's one that approved the Formula E in Tokyo earlier on this year. So,
she's a big proponent for the Olympics as well.
Okay, well, that's good. So Koike won, good for her. despite the bad weather. All right. Okay. Well, I think that wraps up this week. Thank you. Big shout out to Ron for joining. That was cool. And we're all on for Hokkaido. So make sure you check out the site. We'll put up some more information.
Yeah, and just lastly, just a shout out to Jared, who was one of our customers on Golf in Japan. He was out there playing down in Uji Country Club in Osaka and posted some really good stuff on his social media and mentioned us a few times. So appreciate that.
Yeah, welcome that. Yeah,
thanks for that. Yeah, a lot of people think that we're kind of a made up, just some sort of scam to get money off golfers.
Probably had the impression we give after the podcast, who knows?
Well, thanks very much for that. We appreciate the shout out. And please come on the podcast and talk more about your amazing experience. That'd be great. Okay, thanks guys. We'll wrap it up there, and looking forward to seeing what Rory does in the weekend. And we'll see you all next week. Thank you.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.